All right. We are now going to have a little bit of spoken word from Churchill's own Chris Bowling. My man Chris, make some noise for Chris Bowling. You gotta hydrate.
All right, hello? Okay. I'm Chris. I'm gonna do some poetry and spoken word. I'm gonna get serious because this is what poetry is for me. It's not like a joking, it's like an actual serious thing. So this is called 5 Ways to Heal a Burning Victim. Number 1, assess the scenario, the situation that they are in. House, teenagers, home alone, no adults. Step 2, apply cold water to burned area upon skin. Remember, do not apply ice because ice will only speed up the process of healing. You cannot speed up the process of healing. It will only make the burn worse. Remember, do not speed up the process of healing. You cannot force love and affection. Number 3, step 3. These victims may not be awake yet, so do not bother them when they are healing. Remember, do not apply ice. Do not force the muscles and the skin to react in a non-harmful manner. Remember, when these victims do awake, they may not be in the same mental context as if they were in the beginning. Remember, their consciousness may have been twisted because of the fire that had burned them. Remember, they are only teenagers. Do not force truth or love upon them. Step 4, when they do regain consciousness of the decision and what has happened to them, tell them the difference between fire and light, and how light was made from fire. Remember that for them, fire isn't a game. Fire is serious. Light was made by God, and we cannot understand that. This is why we don't like truth. This is why we don't like the light in the beginning, because God had made light, and we cannot understand it. So God made fire to explain the light. Explain to them, remember, fire is not a game. They do not know what they have done. Remember to teach them a lesson that fire should not be played with. God created fire for joy and for beauty. Remember that in the beginning, in the Garden of Eden, there was fire that was placed into the womb of Eve. And that fire was born. That fire spread throughout the land. There are tons of people with fire inside of them. Remember, this fire is not something that you can make peace with. This fire is not something that will burn out easily. Remember that this fire will hurt and it will burn. Remember to tell them that fire is not a creation made by man. It was designed by God so that we can make sense of the light. They will not want to see light because they are too scared of what they have actually done. Remember, in this situation, assess the situation. Remember, they are by themselves in this room terrified of what may have actually happened. Remember, step 5, to heal a burn victim. Remember what you were taught. Remember how when you were first created, you did not like light either. You did not want to feel the burning and the crisping and the being made new. Remember, they will not want to talk to you after this. But trust me, you have done the best thing that you can for them. This fire that they thought that they could control, but they cannot. Remember, they were not ready for fire. Remember, this light is what they wanted. This light is what they wanted, but they created fire. They do not know what they have done. This is not a list to heal a burn victim. This is a list to save a life. Remember that fire should not be toyed with. Remember, humans, we do not always like light, but we like fire. So we make fire not expecting the light to come because light burns us. But fire, we can understand fire. We can't understand light. So to heal burn victims, remember, do not give them truth right away. Let them come into their own consciousness by themselves. Remember, there were victims taught lies that they could make fire and play with fire, create light and be their own gods. This is not what God intended. Remember, they are only human. Remember, they are only human.